राज्यों की राजनीतिक हलचल। देश विदेश की वो खबरें जिससे है अपनों का खास नाता।
जनता जनार्दन के आशीर्वाद से डबल इंजन की सरकार।
जानने के लिए देखिए समाचार नॉर्थ ईस्ट हर शाम 6 बजे।
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage. Evening Prime, the primetime news at 7. Now, in a whole new look. Only on Northeast Live. Your station, your voice.
Evening Prime is brought to you by Misho, TVS Jupiter 125, Zada se bhi Zada, Vimal Ilaichi, Oil India Limited, Everyday Spices, Leah Agarbatti, TVS Apache RTR, and Himalaya Purifying Neem Face Wash, Pimple Free, Healthy Skin ka expert. Big statement by Nagaland's ruling UDA co-chairman on Naga issue. Says Naga statutes may reflect in Indian constitution in some form. High time NSCNIM takes a final call, says Kutoluzo Nenu. Assam Police Chief holds crucial security meet with SPs of Eastern Range. Army and CISF officials also attend key meet at Jorhat to review security situation. Central team to visit Dima Hasao on May 27 to assess extent of damage in the district, informs Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma. Vast majority of roads in district damaged, notes Chief Minister Sharma. Meghalaya Chief Minister Kongrat Sangma inspects under construction State Assembly building amid dome collapse controversy. High-powered committee orders third-party audit to find out reasons for collapse. And US President Joe Biden praises India's COVID war, says Modi's success proves democracies can deliver. Hello and welcome to Evening Prime. I'm Priyadarshini Medhi and we start the bulletin with a big story from Nagaland. Co-chairman of the ruling UDA, United Democratic Alliance, and leader of NPF legislature has made a big statement today, adding an entirely new dimension to the Naga peace talks. Speaking exclusively to Northeast Live, UDA co-chairman Kutoluzo Nenu said that the Naga statute or Yizhabo may find reflection in the Indian constitution in some form. Not only this, Nenu, who was a part of the Nagaland government delegation, which was in Delhi to have separate meetings with the stakeholders and Naga peace interlocutor, said that if the NSC and IM agrees to the formula leading to an understanding on the flag and constitution issue, the competency clauses can be formulated. Nehru added that as per the peace interlocutor, apart from the Naga political groups, state legislators will also take part in drafting of the final agreement, which will be then put up in public domain to take the people's opinion.
We question him as to how they're going to bring these two factions together for the final inking. He gave some rough idea. He said that once the constitutional matter and the flag matter is compromised, or rather some understanding takes place. Because now the Yazabo, Government of India has agreed that Yazabo will be incorporated in the constitution. And the flag, Government of India is willing to host the Naga flag and allow Naga people to use it in cultural programs, okay, in the local programs. So if IM can come to these terms, they will look into the competency clauses and what need to be addressed. AK Mishra is ready to address that. Now, coming to the 7 MPGGs, their agreed position is already ready-made and they have agreed. So nothing much to discuss. After that, they will compile these two, the competency clauses and the agreed position. They will compile it up. They will compare and contrast. And they are likely to bring out a common draft. But while compiling, his suggestion was that all the national working groups, that is the 7 MPGG, IM, including the legislators, should sit in the table and try to do some modification in area where it is necessary. And that was how these factions will be brought together under one table for finalization. And once that is finalized, it will be given to the public domain to poll the opinion of the publics. And we told them that, you see, 100% Nagas may not accept. 100% to come into a conclusive decision is quite difficult. So if 55% or 60% agrees, then Government of India should go ahead with that.
Without mincing words, the UDA co-chairman said that the core committee may ask the NSC and IM to quote-unquote take the offer or leave it. Nehru added that the moment the NSC and IM signed the framework agreement, it agreed to be a part of a process that is under the ambit of the Constitution of India. Nehru said the NSC and IM should appreciate the Government of India for even going out of the framework agreement to accommodate its demands in some way or the other. Well, talking on the flag issue, Nehru said during the inking of the final agreement, Government of India will declare the day as Flag Day or Naga Day, and Prime Minister or Home Minister will attend the occasion to hoist the flag to be used in cultural programs.
Most probably tomorrow we're having our core committee meeting at 2:30 in CM's residential office. So after that, I think we'll be sitting with the IM people. So there, I think we have to tell them frankly, it is time has come for whether to take it or leave it. And that, at least you see, from me, that is my opinion only. As far as my opinion is concerned, the moment the IM group have signed the framework agreement, that's where they went wrong. Because signing that framework agreement has sealed their fate. Because the framework agreement, in other words, it is within the framework of the Indian Constitution, isn't it? So if it's within the framework of the Indian Constitution, integration is ruled out, sovereignty is ruled out, flag and constitution is ruled out. But here, I think we must also appreciate the Government of India trying to come to a conclusion by saying that the Yazabo will be incorporated in the Constitution. And flag also, they are ready to recognize the flag. And while signing the final while doing the final inking, they will declare that day as Flag Day or Naga Day, and the Prime Minister or Home Minister is willing to come and host the flag to be used in cultural programs. So I think somewhere down the line, government of India has also gone all out to accommodate their request. So I think now time has come for IM also to say whether to take it or to leave it. Because we also told the one member in our individual interaction, we told him, how long can Nagas continue with this extortion? With this threat, intimidation? How long can we Nagas continue? Everything has its limits.
Nehru informed that during the meeting with an NSCNIM leader in Delhi last week, the outfit conveyed to the core committee its discontent over the offer from the peace interlocutor to fund the proposed territorial council outside Nagaland through the state government. As per Nehru, when conveyed, interlocutor Mishra agreed to revert to the old offer of funding the territorial councils directly.
The discontentment was that Ravi's offer was much better than A.K. Mishra. Because in Ravi's offer, there is a suggestion where the Naga inhabited areas, regional autonomous territorial council will be set up, and funds will be provided directly to the territorial councils. That was Ravi's offer. But in A.K. Mishra's offer, it was that funds will be given through the state government, which is below the 6th schedule, I believe. So that was the discontentment. So on that issue, we had apprised A.K. Mishra. And he said he's ready to offer to the level of R.N. Ravi, and any discontentment, he's ready to address it.
And now on to a big story from Assam. Well, Assam Police DGP Bhaskar Jyoti Mahanta today held a crucial meet with SPs of the Eastern Range. The meeting was also attended by representatives of the Army and the CISF. The meeting was held at the Circuit House in Jorhat and saw a review of the security scenario in the region. So, viewers, Assam Police DGP Bhaskar Jyoti Mahanta today held a crucial meet with SPs of the Eastern Range, and the meeting was also attended by representatives of the Army and the CISF. The meeting was held at the Circuit House in Jorhat and saw a review of the security scenario in the region. And time for a very short break now. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Poppies Live, most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
সাধারণ স্টিল এনেকৈ পৰে মাইথন স্টিল এনেকৈ পৰে ধমকৈ
আনন্দৰ উৎসৱ বিহু আহিছে ঘৰে ঘৰে আহাৰৰ সোৱাদ জাগিছে এভৰিডে স্পাইচেছ wishes you a happy bihu.
Has Delhi said no to NSCNIM's flag and constitution demand? Have Deputy Chief Minister Patton and SC Jamir asked to convey a message? What could be NSCNIM's stand if demands are officially rejected? Can a Naga peace deal come with only one group signing it? Watch the big debate, Naga Jigsaw. On the panel, SC Jamil, former Chief Minister and Governor. Kuzoluzo Nenu, co-chairman, UDA and NPF leader. Kukie Yeptomi, Vice President, CNTC. R. Saipq Sangtam, President, NPO. Elu Endang, Naga Hoho General Secretary.
Oil India Limited presents Northeast Tonight with Wasbir Hussain. Tonight at 8 p.m. Repeat at 10 p.m.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage. Has Delhi said no to NSCNIM's flag and constitution demand? Have Deputy Chief Minister Patton and SC Jamir asked to convey a message? What could be NSCNIM's stand if demands are officially rejected? Can a Naga peace deal come with only one group signing it? Watch the big debate, Naga Jigsaw. On the panel, SC Jamil, former Chief Minister and Governor. Kuzoluzo Nenu, co-chairman, UDA and NPF leader. Kukie Yeptomi, Vice President, CNTC. R. Saipq Sangtam, President, NPO. Elu Endang, Naga Hoho General Secretary.
Oil India Limited presents Northeast Tonight with Wasbir Hussain. Tonight at 8 p.m. Repeat at 10 p.m.
And now moving on to Meghalaya. Well, the High Part Committee has decided to have a third-party audit to find out the reasons which led to the collapse of the dome of the new assembly building at Maudyangdyang in New Shillong Township. Talking to reporters after the meeting of the HPC, Assembly Speaker Medba Lindor said that the audit will also look into the safety and strength of other portions of the building, including the right wing, left wing, corridor, reception area, chamber of the Speaker and Chief Minister, and also the ground floor and the basement. He also informed that the HPC has decided to approach experts from IIT Guwahati, IIT Kolkata, and IIT Delhi for the job.
We have discussed at length today about the incident and we have taken some decisions today. First one is to ensure that no outsiders will be or unauthorized person will be allowed to enter the building. The other part is to cover that entire open area of that dome portion which has collapsed. Now we have decided also, which is very, very important, a third party audit will give us the reason why or the reasons of the collapse of the entire construction. They'll also investigate about the entire collapse of the dome, and at the same time they will also look into the strength of the other areas which are in that floor, also at the same time which are on the ground floor and below the ground floor and the basement if there's any. Now we have decided also to ensure that the institutions which will be calling them for the audit will be basically from the IIT teams. We suggested that there will be three IITs. One is from Guwahati, one is from Kolkata, and one is from Delhi. So any of the three IITs will be selected, and we have requested that we would like to get all the reports as early as possible so that the next course of action will follow that. At the same time, the work, especially in the main assembly building, will come to a halt till the report comes out from the audit team.
We also have reactions coming in from Chief Minister Kongrat Sangma.
Well, first of all, inquiry has to be done by a technical body, and that's why IIG has to come in, and we are going through the details of that, and we have to await the reply and the report that's submitted by the technical institutions that are there. And in regards to me stepping down, I think it's the coalition partners, the MLAs. The MLAs will have to decide that. It's not my decision to say whether I will step down or not. So. It's the MLAs of the different coalition partners that will take the call because they're the ones who have elected me. So they're the ones who will decide.
Meanwhile, leader of the opposition, Mukul Sangma, also took part in the high-powered committee meet today. Talking to the media after the meeting, Mukul Sangma said that a timely probe into the matter is the need of the hour.
A decision was made wherein the government decided to reallot that same place which was initially allotted for the construction of this new assembly building, measuring up to around 80 acres of land in Mount India. Now, the whole process which was embarked upon needed certain decisions of the High Power Committee pertaining to the requirement of the assembly, keeping in mind the various aspects of how the spaces are utilized. We wanted that the assembly building should be completed. Unfortunately, the mishap that has happened has definitely woken us up as to how things are happening. An independent technical body will be engaged for the purpose of going into details to verify as to what is the cause, and then give the report based on which further course of action will follow inconsistent with the provision of the law.
And time for another short break. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage. Has Delhi said no to NSC&IM's flag and constitution demand? Have Deputy Chief Minister Patton and SC Jamir asked to convey a message? What could be NSC&IM's stand if demands are officially rejected? Can a Naga peace deal come with only one group signing it? Watch the big debate, Naga Jigsaw. On the panel, SC Jamir, former Chief Minister and Governor. Kuzoluzo Nenu, Co-Chairman, UDA and NPF Leader. Hukie Yektomi, Vice President, CNTC. R. Saipiq Sangtam, President, NPO. Elu Endang, Naga Hoho General Secretary.
Oil India Limited presents Northeast Tonight with Wasbir Hussain. Tonight at 8 p.m. Repeat at 10 p.m.
Introducing the new Suzuki Avenus, the sportiest, zippiest ride in town that's loaded with next generation GPS navigation.
নতুন মিউজিক ডাইরেক্টর রোহানে এতিয়ালৈকে মিউজিক পঠোৱা নাই।
I've got it. The new Suzuki Avenus. More zip for trip.
আনন্দৰ উৎসৱ বিহু আহিছে, ঘৰে ঘৰে আহাৰৰ সোৱাদ জাগিছে। Everyday Spices wishes you a happy bihu. Everyday Spice.
आओ यहाँ बार बार खेलो झूमो कूदो यहाँ मस्ती में, बड़े छोटे साथ आओ ऐश करो नाचो गाओ मस्ती में। आओ यहाँ बार बार खेलो झूमो कूदो यहाँ मस्ती में।
Evening Prime, The Primetime News at 7. Now, in a whole new look. Only on Northeast Live.
कांग्रेस सरकार कुछ नहीं कर पाया.
All the best.
We, the people of the Northeast, can also contest it.
पूर्वोत्तर में क्या रहे
Welcome back. You're watching Northeast Live and moving on now. Well, a central team will be coming to Dima Hasao on May 27th for a disaster assessment. This was informed by Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma, who was in Dima Hasao today, where he inspected the damages caused by the floods. Speaking to the media, Chief Minister Sharma also highlighted that the infrastructure built in Dima Hasao in past few years have been damaged in the floods and landslides, and the government will soon be starting the reconstruction work in the Hill district. Further, the Assam Chief Minister said that the cabinet will discuss on funds after the assessment is made by the central team. Chief Minister Sharma added that while assistance has been provided to those affected, the government is trying to provide more aid to them.
আজি আমি হাফলঙত খুব কম সময়ৰ বাবে মুখ্য সচিব মই আহিছিলো আৰু আমি পৰিবেশৰ সৰজমিন তদন্ত কৰাৰ বাবে বা পৰ্যবেক্ষণ কৰাৰ বাবে চেষ্টা কৰিছিলো ভাৰত চৰকাৰৰ এটা দল 27 তাৰিখে হাফলঙত আহি উপস্থিত হ'ব আৰু তেওঁলোকে ইয়াত হোৱা ক্ষয়ক্ষতিৰ বুজ ল'ব আৰু কি ধৰণে এই ক্ষয়ক্ষতি আমি জোৰা টাপলি মাৰিব লাগিব সেই বিষয়ে তেওঁলোকে আমাক প্ৰতিবেদন দিব ভাৰত চৰকাৰকো প্ৰতিবেদন দিব আজি আমি যিখিনি দেখা পালো যে ডিমা হাছাওৰ প্ৰায় গোটেইবোৰ পথ বেয়াকৈ ক্ষতিগ্ৰস্ত হৈছে আৰু বহুত জায়গাত পথ বনাবও কি ধৰণে বনাব লাগিব হিউ এক চিন্তাৰ বিষয় হ'ব কাৰণ পথ বনাবৰ কাৰণেও তাত কোনো ৰাস্তা বাকি ৰখা বা বাকি থকা নাই জলসিঞ্চনৰ গোটেইকেইটা স্কিম বিধ্বস্ত হৈছে আমাৰ গোটেইখিনি ক'ব গ'লে ৱাটাৰ সাপ্লাই স্কিম নষ্ট হৈ গৈছে বিদ্যুৎ সংযোগ নষ্ট হৈ গৈছে হ্যাঙ্গিং ব্ৰিজ নষ্ট হৈ গৈছে এক প্ৰকাৰ ক'ব গ'লে যোৱা 5-10 বছৰত যিমানখিনি কৰা হৈছিল গোটেইখিনি বৰষুণে বা এই ধুমুহাই লৈ গৈছে ইতিমধ্যে আমাৰ বিষয়াসকল অহা কালি পৰখিৰ পৰা হাফলঙলৈ আহিব ইঞ্জিনিয়াৰ সকল আহিব সকলোৱে আমাক প্ল্যান এস্টিমেট গোটেইবিলাক দিব আৰু লাহে লাহে আমি ইয়াক পুনৰ নিৰ্মাণৰ কাম হাতত ল'ম আৰু দুই এদিনতে আমি কাউন্সিললৈকে এটা এককালীন সাহায্যও পঠিয়াম যাতে তেওঁলোকে অন্তত ৰোড ক্লিয়াৰেন্স ৰোড ক্লিনিং এইবিলাকৰ কাম হাতত ল'ব পাৰে আৰু সৰু সৰু অল্টাৰনেট ৰোড বনাই তেওঁলোকে যাতে এটলিষ্ট কানেক্টিভিটিটো ৰেষ্টৰ কৰিব পাৰে আৰু আমি অসম চৰকাৰ আৰু ভাৰত চৰকাৰৰ প্ৰধানমন্ত্ৰী ডাঙৰীয়াকো মই সাক্ষাৎ কৰিছিলো আমি সম্পূৰ্ণভাৱে ডিমা হাছাও জিলাৰ পুনৰ নিৰ্মাণৰ বাবে আমি কাম কৰিম যাতে যিমানখিনি হেৰুৱালো তাক যাতে আমি অতি সোনকালে পুনৰ নিৰ্মাণ কৰিব পাৰো যত যত প্ৰয়োজন আমাৰ এয়াৰ ড্ৰপিং চলি থাকিব খোৱা সামগ্ৰী পেট্ৰল ডিজেল যত যেনেকে প্ৰয়োজন আমি এয়াৰ ড্ৰপিং কৰি আছো আৰু এয়াৰ ড্ৰপিংও হৈ থাকিব
It may be mentioned here that Chief Minister Sharma was accompanied by top officials including Dima Hasao DC Nazreen Ahmed. It may be mentioned here that Cabinet Ministers Jogen Mohan and Bimal Bora are already camping in Dima Hasao. Notably, Dima Hasao has been topped the list of worst affected districts of the state, registering at least 3 deaths. Several areas, particularly the new Haflong station, has been in shambles post the floods. The district administration, on its part, has been working round the clock to bring back normalcy in the district. During his visit, Chief Minister Sharma also met the kin of the deceased persons and others who have been affected. All right, viewers, we have a breaking news coming in at this point in time. Well, some flood situation has improved a bit with number of affected districts coming down to 18. Over 5.8 lakh people still remain affected. So, big breaking story at this point in time, viewers. Well, Assam flood situation has improved a bit with number of affected districts coming down to 18. And also, let me tell our viewers here that over 5.8 lakh people still remain affected. So, number of affected districts has come down to 18 now. So, the flood situation is improving gradually in Assam. And also, let me tell our viewers here that over 5.8 lakh people still remain affected, and the number of affected districts has come down to 18 as of now, and over 5.8 lakh people still affected in Assam. So, viewers, over 80,000 people taking shelter in 346 relief camps in Assam. Well, staying with Assam, today the All Assam Students Union met with the representatives of the SEBA and SEC over the declarations of results for the metric and high secondary exams. The meet was held to discuss the fast declaration of the results for the metric and higher secondary results so that students don't face any hurdles later on. The meeting saw the ASU delegation led by the organization's General Secretary Shankar Jyoti Borwa. During the meet, the AHSEC representatives assured the ASU delegation that the results of the higher secondary exams would be out by June 20th. Meanwhile, ASU is also demanding that the result for the metric exams should be declared within the first week of June.
সেবাক আমি অনুৰোধ জনাইছো, আমি দাবী জনাইছো যে জুন মাহৰ প্ৰথম সপ্তাহৰ ভিতৰত যাতে মেট্ৰিক পৰীক্ষাৰ ফলাফল তেখেতসকলে ঘোষণা কৰাৰ ব্যৱস্থা কৰে আৰু যিখিনি কাম কাজ বাকি আছে ইতিমধ্যে হৰসংখ্যক সিংহভাগ কাম কাজ সমাপ্ত হোৱা বুলি আমাক জনাইছে আৰু কিছু কাম কাজ বাকি আছে বুলি কৈছে। গতিকে আমি তেখেতসকলক দাবী জনাইছো জুন মাহৰ প্ৰথম সপ্তাহৰ ভিতৰত মেট্ৰিকৰ ফলাফল ঘোষণা কৰিবৰ কাৰণে আৰু তেখেতসকলে জুন মাহৰ প্ৰথম সপ্তাহৰ ভিতৰত মেট্ৰিকৰ ফলাফল ঘোষণা কৰিবৰ কাৰণে সম্পূৰ্ণৰূপে তেখেতসকলে কাম কাজ কৰিব আৰু তেখেতসকলে সেই দাবী ৰাখিম বুলি আমাক কৈছে। গতিকে আমি এইটো আশা ৰাখিছো যে মেট্ৰিকৰ পৰীক্ষাৰ ফলাফল জুন মাহৰ প্ৰথম সপ্তাহৰ ভিতৰত ঘোষণা হ'ব। তেখেতসকলে আমাক কৈছে যে ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকলে ন্যায় পাব পৰাকৈ কাউন্সিলে সকলো ধৰণৰ ব্যৱস্থা যাৱতীয় ব্যৱস্থা গ্ৰহণ কৰিছে আৰু পৰীক্ষাৰ ফলাফল 20 জুন তাৰিখে তেখেতসকলে ঘোষণা কৰাৰ কথা কৈছে। নতুবা 20 জুনৰ আগতো পৰীক্ষাৰ ফলাফল ঘোষণা কৰিব পাৰে, কিন্তু 20 জুনটো তেখেতসকলে আজি অধ্যক্ষই আমাক কৈছে যে 20 জুনত হায়াৰ ছেকেণ্ডাৰী ফাইনেল পৰীক্ষাৰ ফলাফল ঘোষণা কৰিব, হয়তোবা 20 জুনৰ আগতো ঘোষণা কৰিব পাৰে। আৰু হায়াৰ ছেকেণ্ডাৰী ফাৰ্ষ্ট ইয়াৰৰ যিকেইটা পৰীক্ষা বাতিল কৰা হৈছিল, বানপানী, ডিমা হাছাওৰ যি শেহতীয়া পৰিস্থিতি বা গুণোৎসৱৰ কাৰণে কেইবাটাও পৰীক্ষা বাতিল কৰা হৈছিল, সেই পৰীক্ষাকেইটা অহা 27 মেৰ পৰা পুনৰ আৰম্ভ কৰিব। হায়াৰ ছেকেণ্ডাৰী ফাৰ্ষ্ট ইয়াৰ প্ৰথম বৰ্ষৰ কাৰণে 27 মেৰ পৰা পৰীক্ষাকেইটা অনুষ্ঠিত হ'ব আৰু যি তিনিটা পৰীক্ষা ৰৈ গৈছিল মাজতে সেই তিনিটা পৰীক্ষা একেলগে 27 মেৰ ভিতৰত অনুষ্ঠিত কৰি শেষ কৰিবৰ কাৰণে আমি কাউন্সিলক অনুৰোধ জনাইছো।
And moving on to Sikkim now. Well, Sikkim is reeling under fears of suspected swine flu outbreak. Fresh cases of death of pigs have been reported from the Mangshela Tibuk area of North Sikkim. The fresh cases have spurred the state animal husbandry department to take immediate steps to restrict the spread of the suspected swine flu. While it is not officially confirmed that these are cases of swine flu, the Sikkim State Animal Husbandry Department has restricted the sale, slaughters, purchase and transportation of pork till further notice. The order has been issued as a precautionary measure fearing a swine flu outbreak in the area. So Sikkim is reeling under fears of suspected swine flu outbreak, and meanwhile, fresh cases of death of pigs have been reported from the Mangshela Tibuk area of North Sikkim. The fresh cases have spurred the state animal husbandry department to take immediate steps to restrict the spread of the suspected swine flu. While it is not officially confirmed that these are cases of swine flu, the Sikkim State Animal Husbandry Department has restricted the sale, slaughters, purchase and transportation of pork till further notice. The order has been issued as a precautionary measure fearing a swine flu outbreak in the area.
In Sikkim, we are experiencing two important high security piggery disease, porcine disease. The one is that it is a porcine reproductive and respiratory syndrome. The another is African swine fever. These two diseases are caused by virus, and these the viral diseases in piggery do not have any kind of a treatment or a control mechanism. So for treatment, we don't have any defined method or protocol of treatment so that the disease can be cured. So these viral diseases are not curable by protocol. The other thing is that these diseases do not have a vaccine to control. So with these two difficulties, managing these two important diseases in piggery is very difficult. This disease in India has been recorded in Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, and in some part of northeastern states, and it has reached Sikkim also in the month of February. In February, we have recorded a first case of PRSS, and in the month of March, we have recorded African swine fever. Diagnosing these diseases also is a little bit difficult because diagnosis is done at a recognized lab at Bhopal. So sending sample and getting the report will also take some time to find out what is the result of the sample. We have banned the entry of pork and pig on 9th March in the state of Sikkim, so that no pig from outside state can enter into the state of Sikkim, so that we don't have a mix of outside population into our own population.
And on to Nagaland now. Well, Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio has raised serious concerns on misinterpretations and incorrect usage of traditional Naga designs, which could lead to distortion of the Naga culture. The Chief Minister does urge upon the citizens to grant themselves against cultural appropriation. While addressing the first state-level consultative meet with all tribal cohorts on documentation of traditional attires, motifs, designs and ornaments at Capital Convention Centre, Kohima, Chief Minister Rio said that as of late, there has been misinterpretation and incorrect usage of Naga traditional designs in fashion shows and on clothes being sold on e-commerce websites without any regard for the people who hold the traditional symbols in high regard. He added, this cultural appropriation and the misuse of traditional attires and symbols has to be guarded because its unregulated usage will lead to distortion and misinterpretation. Rio clarified that it is not that others should not use Naga traditional attires, nor should Naga entrepreneurs be stopped from carrying out businesses in the traditional attires, but they should be appropriately used. As such, the Chief Minister said it is important that steps are ensured to protect the cultural heritage under legal provisions such as intellectual property rights and geographical indications.
The importance of this exercise and today's gatherings, I'm sure, is understood by one and all. We have in the recent past been reading and hearing regarding this representation as mentioned, and incorrect usage of traditional designs in fashion shows or on clothings being sold on e-commerce website without any regards for the people who hold these traditional symbol in high regards. This misuse of traditional attires and symbols, known as cultural appropriation, has to be guarded. And that can be guarded only when we know the importance and patent our designs and motifs. This issue of cultural appropriation should be taken in all sincerity because the regulated use of our cultural designs and symbols will lead to distortion and misrepresentation. In fact, our traditional attires have so much symbolism attached to them. that wearing them incorrectly and on inappropriate occasion is also taken very seriously. It is not our intention that others should not use our traditional attires, nor should our communities and entrepreneurs be stopped from doing business in our traditional attires. However, the fact of the matter is that they have to be appropriately used.
It needs to be mentioned here that the meeting was convened as the state government viewed that there was an immediate need for taking all necessary steps to protect the rich Naga cultural heritage in the form of attires, motifs, designs, and ornaments, and to prevent its misuse and also to secure the economic benefits arising out of their usage of the Nagas. And time for a very short break now. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
आओ यहाँ बार बार खेलो झूमो कूदो यहाँ मस्ती में बड़े छोटा आओ ऐश करो नाचो गाओ मस्ती में आओ यहाँ बार बार खेलो झूमो कूदो यहाँ मस्ती में
Salmonella.
Absent.
Perfect attendance.
নিমৰ শক্তি ভৰা নিমাইলে আঁতৰাই 100টা বেমাৰ বিয়পোৱা বীজাণু নিমাইল ঘৰ বিশুদ্ধ ঘৰ
Oh, bah. Oh, bah.
অভূতপূর্ব ভ্যারাইটি অপূর্ব মূল্য ডাউনলোড মিশো
Has Delhi said no to NSCNIM's flag and constitution demand? Have Deputy Chief Minister Patton and SC Jamir asked to convey a message? What could be NSCNIM's stand if demands are officially rejected? Can a Naga peace deal come with only one group signing it? Watch the big debate, Naga Jigsaw. On the panel, SC Jamir, former Chief Minister and Governor. Kuzoluzo Nenu, co-chairman, UDA and NPF leader. Kukie Yeptomi, Vice President, CNTC. R. Saipq Sangtam, President, NPO. Elu Endang, Naga Hoho General Secretary.
Oil India Limited presents Northeast Tonight with Wasbir Hussain. Tonight at 8 p.m. Repeat at 10 p.m.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage. Has Delhi said no to NSCNIM's flag and constitution demand? Have Deputy Chief Minister Patton and SC Jamir asked to convey a message? What could be NSCNIM's stand if demands are officially rejected? Can a Naga peace deal come with only one group signing it? Watch the big debate, Naga Jigsaw. On the panel, SC Jamir, former Chief Minister and Governor. Kuzoluzo Nenu, co-chairman, UDA and NPF leader. Kukie Yeptomi, Vice President, CNTC. R. Saipq Sangtam, President, NPO. Elu Endang, Naga Hoho General Secretary.
Oil India Limited presents Northeast Tonight with Wasbir Hussain. Tonight at 8 p.m. Repeat at 10 p.m.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
Welcome back. You're watching Northeast Live and moving on to another big story. The Sonapur police is questioning Don Bosco University Vice Chancellor Father Stephen Mavley in connection with the suicide of Guwahati-based entrepreneur and actor George Baudeloy. It may be mentioned that Baudeloy, who died of suicide on Monday, accused Vice Chancellor of Don Bosco University, Father Stephen Mavley, of abetment in his suicide note. Based on the suicide note, the Sonapur police detained Father Mavley last evening. Worth mentioning here, Father Mavley earlier accused Baudeloy and his son of destroying the property of Don Bosco University and even filed an FIR against the duo. Baudeloy allegedly took the extreme step after he could not tolerate the allegation, which he said was false and fabricated in his suicide note. Meanwhile, we have reactions coming in from George Baudeloy's son and other family members. Listen in.
মানে গছ কাটিলে মানে দেউতাই গালি দিয়ে চৰাই মাৰিলে দেউতাই গালি দিয়ে কিয় চৰাই মাৰিছ বুলি দেউতা মানে বহুত প্ৰটেক্ট কৰিছিল এনিমেল এইবিলাক গছ গছনি তাৰপিছত ফাদাৰে ইমান মেণ্টেলি টৰ্চাৰ দিলে আৰু ক'লে কি বোলে দেউতাই গছ চছ কাটিলে 800টা তাৰপিছত তাত লিখিছে 1 কোটি টকা দিম মানে তাত লিখিছে আৰু পইচা 1 কোটি টকা দিব লাগিব বুলি এইবিলাক শুনি দেউতাৰ পৰা মেণ্টেলটো ডিপ্ৰেছ হৈ গ'ল আৰু ফাদাৰে ভালকে জানে আমি কৰা নাই বুলি হ'লেও তেতিয়াও মানে ফাদাৰে গিভ আপ কৰাৰ মানে কিবা কৰিছে ক'ব নোৱাৰো এতিয়া গোচৰটো কেতিয়া দিছে মানে কেছটো আপোনাৰ অলমোষ্ট 1 ইয়াৰ হৈ গৈছিলে ডাইৰেক্ট পুলিচো সোণাপুৰ পুলিচে আহি পেলাই ক'লে তোমালোকক কেছ দিয়া নাই বোলে একো নাই হ'লেও সিহঁতে কি কৰিছে ডাইৰেক্ট কোৰ্টৰ পৰা পঠাই দিছিলে নটিচ ফাদাৰে ভালকে জানে ইউ কৰ কিয় ফাদাৰে চাইডত আহিছিলে চাইছে কোনে কৰিছে কোনে ফাদাৰে ভালকে জানে হ'লেও তেতিয়া মানে একচেপ্ট কৰা নাই আমাকে ব্লেম কৰি আছিল ফাদাৰে পই নাপায় হেডেক তাৰপিছত আপোনাৰ 2 মাহ 3 মাহ আমাক নকয় একো অলপ ভিতৰত মনত টেনচন লৈ থাকে ডিপ্ৰেছ হৈ গ'ল তাৰপিছত সুইচাইড কৰি দিলে আৰু লাষ্ট
And shifting focus now, well, with Ambubachi Mela set to take place next month at the Revered Kamakhya Temple after a gap of 2 years, Guwahati Police today issued fresh guidelines with regards to movement of vehicles on the Nilachal Hill and the surrounding area. As per the latest guidelines, small vehicles would be allowed to be taken to the parking lots of the Kamakhya Temple complex. Buses will not be allowed to halt near the temple road to picking up or dropping passengers. A parking lot reserved for VIPs and VVIPs would be set up near the Bogala Devi temple. The new guidelines will come into effect from today itself, and Guwahati DCP Navneet Mahanta and DCP Traffic Hiranyakumar Barman also informed that further fresh guidelines would be given ahead of the Ambubachi Mela.
যিখিনি লঘু যান-বাহনত আহে যিখিনি এলএমভিত আহিব তেখেতসকলে আমাৰ যিটো মাল্টি ষ্টৰিড পাৰ্কিং আছে ইয়াতে আপোনালোকে জানে মাল্টি ষ্টৰিড পাৰ্কিঙৰ যিটো পইণ্ট সেইটো এএছটিসি পইণ্ট বুলি কয় এই এএছটিসি পইণ্টত তেখেতসকলে যেন গাড়ীৰ পৰা নামি খুচকাৰি আহি মেইন গেটেৰে সোমাই মন্দিৰ দৰ্শন কৰে আৰু গাড়ীখন ৰাইট টাৰ্ণ লৈ যদি আমাৰ মাল্টি ষ্টৰিড পাৰ্কিঙত পাৰ্কিং এভেইলেবল থাকে তাত পাৰ্কিং কৰিব আৰু নহলে আমাৰ যিখিনি ৰোড সাইড কিছুমান পাৰ্কিং আছে তাত ইয়াৰমাৰ্ক কৰা আছে সেই পাৰ্কিং সমূহত সুন্দৰভাৱে নিয়াৰিকৈ পাৰ্কিং কৰিব তো যিখিনি বাস ভাড়া বাস দূৰৰ পৰা আহে তেখেতসকলে যাত্ৰীবিলাক আমাৰ এই এএছটিসি পইণ্টলৈ লৈ আনিব এএছটিসি পইণ্ট মানে মাল্টি ষ্টৰিড পাৰ্কিঙৰ যিটো আমাৰ পইণ্ট তাত আমি যিখিনি আমাৰ যাত্ৰী থাকে নমাব আৰু নমাই তেখেতসকলে গাড়ীবোৰ আমাৰ তললে টুটিলছৰ তললে নি ডিজি ৰোডত কালীপুৰত আমি এটা পাৰ্কিং তাতে আছে কালীপুৰত এটা ৰোড সাইডত এই ইয়াৰমাৰ্ক পাৰ্কিঙত পাৰ্ক কৰিব আমাৰ ফালৰ পৰা আকৌ এবাৰ অনুৰোধ জনাম যাতে গাড়ীসমূহ যাতে সুন্দৰভাৱে পাৰ্কিং স্থানত যাতে নিৰ্ধাৰিত কৰি দিয়া পাৰ্কিং স্থানত যাতে পাৰ্কিং কৰে ডাবল বা ট্ৰিপল পাৰ্কিং যাতে নকৰে
And on to international focus now, while further pushing bilateral ties between India and the US, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Joe Biden held a bilateral meeting during a closed session of the Quad Leaders Summit in Tokyo today. During this all-important meeting, Biden told Prime Minister Modi that he is committed to making America's partnership with India among the closest on earth, saying there is so much that the two countries can and will do together. Further drawing a parallel between quote-unquote India's success with China's failure to handle the pandemic, President Biden praised Prime Minister Modi for handling COVID-19 outbreak in a democratic manner. All right, that's all we have for now. Keep watching Northeast Live, as coming up next is Northeast Tonight with Wasir Hussain.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.